back to the Brunswick School in Greenwich, Connecticut at Cosby Field for Pope John Lions JV football. Mike Formasano along with you. We are on the doorstep of New England, Greenwich, Connecticut, as you go from New York, right behind us, the Westchester County Airport, over to Connecticut and into southern New England. And that's where we are today. The Pope John Lions taking on the Brunswick Bruins. And the score as we start the second half, 6-6. Brunswick getting on the board on their first possession. Failed at the point after. And then Mike Marston with a 9-yard touchdown scamper into the corner of the end zone. That ties the game at 6, and they failed on the 2-point conversion. So now, Pope John starting the second half, kicking off to Brunswick. We'll go over the rosters in just a moment. Christian Severinson, number 19, getting set to kick off. Lions in this game, tied at 6. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Beautiful afternoon in Greenwich. Severinson with the kick, a booming kick, down to about the 2 and then bounces through the end zone. What a kick by Christian Severinson. And some shenanigans at about the 30-yard line between both teams. Let's go over the rosters real quick. Again, remember freshman and varsity numbers for some of them. Number 2 is Gabriel Valverde. 3 is here register. 4, Zane Carswell on the varsity. Logan Kurzager on the freshman. Alex Schreiber, 6 varsity. Alex Porter, 6 on the freshman. 7, Matthew Rodriguez. And you can tell the difference between the numbers because the freshmen have the blue number and the varsity have the blue number with the gold trim. 7 is Matthew Rodriguez. 8 is King Jackson. 9, Mark Baker. 12, Vic Fiore, and also Eric Weinstock on the freshman. Vincent Jesmaria, 15. Amir Young, 17. Kai Kammer, 18. Christian Severinson, number 19. Cal Moreau, number 21. Mike Marston, number 22. 24, Joseph Guzman. 25, Aiden D'Olivo. 26, Brian Cohan. 27, Ryan Johnson. We'll get back to the roster in a second. Here's first down. Goes to the running back up the center of the field and carrying about 5 Pope John defenders down to about the 30-yard line. So, close to a first down for Brunswick. They'll spot him at the 29, 2nd and 1. No huddles, so we'll stay away from the roster until we get a break. Quarterback in the gun for the Bruins. It's a beautiful campus here. Here's a snap, handoff to the running back. Met in the backfield, but carries along Mark Baker with him. And Baker needs help with Jacob Jesamaria coming in to assist with the tackle. First down for Brunswick. Let's continue the roster. 24, Joseph Guzman. 25, Aiden D'Olivo. 26, Brian Cohan. 27, Ryan Johnson. 28, Ryan Shapolsky. 29, Vincenzo Siliberti. 30, Carter Johnston. 32, Matthew Staub. Well, the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. So, 33 is Anthony Buddykent. 34, Luke Broderick. 35, Mark Hedgepeth. 42, Dylan Cocosiello. 44, Tom Walton. 45, Andrew Jesamaria, and also 45, freshman Nate Capra. 47, Zane Russell. 50, Colin Bauman. 52, Ryan Watts. 53, Carter Brash. 54, Riley Watts. Here we go. Number 46, the handoff, right up the gut. Past Baker and Kurzager, finally brought down at about the 44-yard line. So, 1 yard to go for a first for the Brunswick Bruins. Pick up the roster. Number 55, Sutton Fullwood. Number 55 in the freshman, Jason Cofrancesco. Actually, I think Sutton's wearing 33 now, so. 57, Camille Zlatek.
Say again?
Here's the quarterback, number 19, hands off, and met right at the line. Big tackle by number 71, Adrian Savitsky. So now that brings up 3rd and short for Brunswick. Pick up the roster. 58, Charlie Formasano. 59, Michael Kepler. 60, Nick Sadowski. 61, Anthony Scavillo. 66, Jacob Post. 68, Landon Hendricks. Cole Roddy, 70. Matthew Johnson, 70. Adrian Savitsky, 71. Mike Morelli, 72. Emilio Barranco, 77. Jack Rosenland, 80. Quarterback number 19 takes a snap. Hand off to 46 to the far hash. She's tackled behind the first down marker at about the 39-yard line, or 44-yard line. So That's going to come up a yard short. They'll bring up 4th and 1. No huddle. Brunswick wants to go for it right away. In the shotgun, here's the snap. Hand out to 46. Cuts through and breaks the first down marker down to the 49. First down, Brunswick at the Bruin 49-yard line. So the principal, the VP and chaplain is Father John Calabro, and the athletic director is Brian McAleer. Get back to it in just a second. Hand out to 46. Sweeps to the near side. Cuts through tacklers. Finally brought down by Ryan Johnson, number 27. Assisted by Vincent Jessamaria, number 15. As I said, the VP chaplain is Father John Calabro. Athletic director Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of Pope John football is Dom Gaston. And the coach leading the way today for the JV, Mike Stellatella. 2nd and 1. It was a 9-yard gain for Brunswick. Here's a snap. Hand off to 46 again. Met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. That is number 32. Was that Joe Lebrano? I think it was Joe Lebrano. But well, you got 32 and also 32 freshmen, which is Matthew Stott. But I think that was the varsity 32, which is Joe Lebrano. So 3rd and 4 from the Pope John 45. We're tied at 6. Again, please tune in after the game on the channel, about maybe 20, 30 minutes after the game. And then it'll be right in between the first and second half, as we had a special halftime segment, about 4 or 5 minutes. That's about it. It was a review of pizza here in Connecticut, which claims to be the country's best pizza. Here is a rollout by number 19 for Brunswick. He goes down awkwardly at the 40. Almost looked like his leg buckled on him, but seems to be all right. They give him the spot at the 40. 1st and 10 for Brunswick. And he is limping. Look at that. So, yeah, the way he went down awkwardly, and so he was limping off the sideline. So, the trainers for Brunswick with him. Hope he's all right. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of Pope John. Brunswick on the move. Quarterback down, number 15, with the tailback to his left, 40. Takes the snap. It's a high snap. He had to corral it in. Fires to the sideline. Incomplete. The intended receiver, number 84, covered by Ryan Johnson, number 27. Well, that'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. $15 in the gun on the near hash. Takes the snap, fires immediately. Has a man, 84. Escapes the Johnson tackle. Wrapped up by Lebrano, and Johnson gets back in there. He would not be denied as they bring down 84. It is short of the first down marker, so. Third and 3 for Brunswick. Ball at the 33-yard line. Here's the snap. Pass out, received by number 34. Far sideline, 20, 10. Steps out of bounds at about the 9, maybe 8-yard line. And a little bump by the Pope John defense there, saving a touchdown from Brunswick. They'll spot the ball at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. 86 into the game for Brunswick in place of 34. $15 calls out signals, takes the snap, hand out to 40, met right in the backfield. Mark Baker and Adrian Savitsky with the tackle. And the Bruins lost 2 on that, so it's back to the 10. Second and goal from the 10-yard line. And again, with the kicking games, you would think that this is possible 4-down territory. I'm not sure if Brunswick will want to trust the kicker to attempt a lead-changing field goal. We'll see. Or maybe we won't. Second and goal from the 10, 15. 40 next to him. 15 takes a snap, drops back to pass, fires in the end zone, touchdown. Number 11 cutting across the plane and into the end zone for a touchdown. Brunswick takes a 12-6 lead. 10-yard touchdown pass from 15 to 11. And Brunswick up on Pope John now in the third quarter, 12-6. So Brunswick setting up for the point after. Wait and see if it's another 2-point attempt. It looks to be. Bruins looking for a 14-6 lead. They're up 12-6 right now. Here's the snap. 15, hands out to 46. And he's across the plane. 2-point conversion is good. Number 46 barrels his way in. The second effort gets him across. And the Brunswick School now leads 14-6 over the Pope John Lions. We are midway through the third quarter. Set up for the kickoff. Beautiful afternoon here. You start to see the sun going down and the shadows creeping in on the Brunswick sideline. The Pope John sideline still bathed in sunlight. Still haven't reached the equinox. It's about another week away. In fact, it is a week away. It's September 22nd. So enjoy those last few days of summer. One more week to go. And then summer won't be back around again until June 20th next year. Booming kick down the sideline. Amir Young gets his hands on it, but it goes out of bounds. Ball looked like it was heading out of bounds. That would have been a penalty against Brunswick. Would have set Pope John up at the 40, but Young thought he could catch it. Had his hands on it, almost brought it in, but not able to. It goes out of bounds, and so Pope John will start deep in their own territory at the 14. So Pope John in the huddle. Lions up to the line. Here's Marston. Takes the snap, handoff right up the middle. And brought down by a host of Brunswick players.
Did you notice? It's the line
That was Aiden DiLivo on the carry. Gain of 3. Make it 2. They give it to 16-yard line. As you can see, one of the planes flying overhead from the Westchester County Airport. Literally on the doorstep. It's right behind us. Like you could walk to the New York border. It's right behind the Brunswick School. Here's the snap. Fumbled. It's on the ground. Recovered by Pope John. Brian Cohan jumping on that and saving Pope John's bacon. Brunswick calling for it, saying it's their ball, but now there was a pileup, so did it squirt out underneath? We'll see. There is some dispute. No, the referee's rule is Pope John's ball. The argument from the Brunswick players was convincing. I thought maybe. What was that old saying from Seinfeld? Jason Alexander was playing George Costanza. Says it's not a lie if you believe it. I love that quote. Probably not any good representative of my nature, but I'm sure I'd fail a polygraph. I don't really want to have to take a polygraph anytime soon, but Marston in the gun, moving on the line. They correct themselves. Here's the snap, it's low. Marston rolling out to his left. He's going to keep it to the near hash, still on his feet. Good effort by Mike Marston. Well, the question is, Alex Porter, who did quarterback the first quarter, why is he out of the game? Is it an injury related? Is it, did he take a hit to the head? I don't know. So we'll have to find out after the game. But for right now, looks like there is out of the game. Has been since the first quarter. So there's Alex on the sideline. He's walking. He's on his feet, so that's good to see. So hopefully he's not injured. So
if somebody gets through,
number 60, Nick Sadowski, subbing out of the game. Severinsen back to punt. Now Sadowski comes back in. Severinsen needs to boot it far down the field. Pope John up against it right now, down 14-6. Late stages of the third quarter. Here's the snap. High, booming kick by Severinsen. Takes a bounce to the 45. Another Pope John roll towards the 40. And it's going to be down by King Jackson at the 41 of Brunswick. So good kick by Severinsen. And once again, a fortuitous bounce for the Pope John Lions. Brunswick will start the ball at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 when we return. It is, I believe, the end of the third quarter. No, yeah, they're moving the ball. So end of the third quarter. It is the Brunswick Bruins 14, the Pope John Lions 6. We'll be back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to the Brunswick School in Greenwich, Connecticut for fourth quarter action between the Pope John Lions JV team and the Brunswick JV team. Mike Forpersano along with you calling today's action. As you can see right down there in the middle of the field on the sideline at the 50-yard line, it's a water tower that Brunswick has. I guess they use it in lieu of a garden hose, and so pretty cool contraption. And it's able to give the Brunswick players a drink during stoppages in play and whoever's on the sidelines. So Brunswick taking full advantage of that. 1st and 10 from the 41. We go the other way now. Pope John left to right, Brunswick right to left. Quarterback drops back to pass. Pope John sent the house on the blitz. And now 46 down to the 40. Tackled there by both Vincent Jesamaria and Mike Marston. Also Ryan Johnson in on the stop. Well, the Lions sent the house, but it was empty. Good poise by number 15, the quarterback for Brunswick, underneath the pressure of the blitz. So from the 41 to the 41 of Pope John. 1st and 10 for Brunswick. Bruins looking to ice this game. They're up 14-6. Takes the snap, fires downfield, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 84. Ryan Johnson in on the coverage. Second and 10. Ball spotted at the 31. You can see another Brunswick player getting that water tower there. That is a cool contraption. Hopefully the water's cold. You would think it would be. Here's the pass to 84. Over the shoulder. Past Jessa Maria and into the end zone. Touchdown, Brunswick. A 41-yard touchdown reception from number 15 to number 84. And the Brunswick Bruins go up by 2 scores. It is now 20-6. Bruins on top of the Lions.
Well, we have no coach.
So now Brunswick sets up for 2. On the near hash. 15 takes the snap. Hands to 46. Cuts back up through the middle. Sidesteps a couple of Pope John defenders. And into the end zone. 22-6 on the 2-point conversion. Brunswick leading. They're in control over Pope John. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Greenwich, Connecticut, on the doorstep to New England, right across the New York border. For Pope John Lions JV football, Mike Formasano here, calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us as the Pope John Lions JV team are trailing the Brunswick Bruins JV 22-6. Here is the kick by number 57, high end-over-end kick down to Amir Young at the 15. Cuts up the middle to the far hash mark, finally tackled at about the 35. Nice return by Amir Young, and now Pope John will send the offense back out on the field. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. from Pope John High School, it'll be girls field hockey. As a field hockey team looking for their first victory of the season, they are taking on Morristown. I don't know if they won over the weekend. They may have won over the weekend, but last time we checked in, they had a disheartening 1-0 loss to Parsippany Hills. They went ahead and scored on a penalty shot in the fourth quarter of a 1-0 game. All one-goal losses for the field hockey team. So waiting to see that they turn it around, and hopefully they do in the next game. Porter's back out there, makes the pass to D'Olivo, throws his hands incomplete. Well, that is good to see Alex Porter is healthy and he's back out on the field. So, but unfortunately for Pope John, it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. On Wednesday, the boys' soccer team takes on Morris Knowles, 4 p.m. Now, the soccer team, 3-0. Bobon with 6 goals against the opponent on Saturday, Kinnelon. And that put the soccer team up to 3-0 on the season. So they have had an incredible start. They look to continue. Actually, they're playing today, I think, against Parsippany Hills. And then they will play Morris Knowles on Wednesday. Porter drops back the pass. Fires down the field. Did he bring it in? King Jackson? Referee going over. Incomplete. They say that Jackson let the ball slide through his hands and hit the turf. Incomplete. Number 37 in on the coverage for Brunswick. On Thursday, the freshman football team will host the Bergen Catholic Crusaders freshman team. 4 p.m. from Pope John High School. Please join us on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. And then on Friday, the Pope John girls volleyball team, they take on, I think it's Mendham? but I could be mistaken. I'd have to take a look and see exactly who they're playing. Porter airs it out. Hangs up there, incomplete, well short of King Jackson. So he put some height on it, but not so much distance. That'll bring up 4th down. So after volleyball on Friday, we've got boys soccer on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. from Montville Township. We'll hit that right on our way to Bergen Catholic for the 1 p.m. start. Pope John against Bergen Catholic in Oradell. That game is going to be picked up by Super Football Conference Network, so please tune into that for varsity football coverage. On Sunday, the Junior Lions will be back at it, 11U, and then the 13/14U teams. And that is on Sunday. We'll get the announcement from Pop Warner midweek as to where and who they're playing. But it'll be on Sunday. And as long as they're in the same place, we'll have both games for you. Busy week on the channel. Games every day, and that's how we like it. That's how I like it. Here's a snap. Marston back to pass down the field to Amir Young. Incomplete. Short of the receiver, and that will be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for Brunswick, and we are in late stages of the 4th quarter here, so time winding down. Brunswick with a comfortable 22-6 lead.
The coaches have to be here. They have to be here. What are they doing?
So 1st and 10 for Brunswick. They'll start out at the 36-yard line.
Where are they going? Where are they going?
So the ball set up at the far hash mark. 36-yard line. The Brunswick offense coming back out. I don't think there's much time left. The referee is looking at his watch, so. A little bit of confusion out there. I wouldn't think there's much time left. Here's a snap. Hand out to 46, met right at the line. Big tackle by Joe Lebrano and Jacob Chesamaria. Also Adrian Savitsky in there, along with Carter Brash. A host of Lions coming through. Also Emilio Barranco, number 77, in on the tackle. Well, that time Pope John brought the house, and it came crumbling down on the running back. Second long, loss of 3 on the play. So back at the Pope John 39. Quarterback in the gun. Tailback to his left. 84 in motion. Is a snap. 84 sweeps to the near sideline. Pass to the defense and into the end zone. He gets past Mike Marston. Into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Brunswick. That'll make the score 28-6. Brunswick leading over Pope John. Well, if you're watching this game in the Connecticut area, I invite you to go ahead and, before you leave Connecticut, go find a pizzeria. Try the pizza and see if you agree with me. I'll have that segment in between the first and second halves in the archive of the video on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We did a little bit of a pregame hunt for pizza, and I'll explain it on the special that we have posted. It's about a 4-minute clip. Here's the extra point attempt. Kicks up. It's good. Oh, the place kicker puts the ball through the uprights. Almost wondering why they weren't kicking earlier in the game. Anyway, 29-6. Brunswick leads. Good second half by the Brunswick school. The Bruins taking care of business against the Lions here in quarters 3 and 4. So Brunswick sets up the kick from the 40-yard line. Back to receive for Pope John is number 35, Mark Hedgepeth. High kick, right to Hedgepeth. Corrals it in to the far sideline. Gets to about the 15-yard line, and that's all. First and 10, Lions.
Oh, Joe, good.
Late stages of the fourth quarter. Pope John in the huddle. Lions up to the line. Marston in the shotgun. Looks like it's Brian Cohan behind him.
Yeah.
Hedgepeth into the game. Here's the snap. Handoff to Cohan. To the far side. He's got the first down. Good effort by Brian Cohan. Nice running by the freshman running back. First down for Pope John. Lions were tied with Brunswick at the half, 6-6. And then the Bruins turned it on in the second half. Oh, hopefully rush hour will be dissipated on the Tappan Bridge on the way back. Marston rolls to his right, throws it out of bounds, right to us. Ooh. I was not diving for that. $29-6. Lions in the huddle. Marston back in. Cohan to his left. Marston takes it. Drops back to pass, rolls out, fires down the middle of the field. Complete to Vincent Jessamaria. What a catch. Knocked backwards after that. Gain of about 5, but I'll tell you what, he caught the ball forward progress at the 45, and that's where they're going to spot him. Great catch by Vincent Jessamaria. Referees continuing to look at their watches. Again, can't be much time left. Marston in the gun. Takes the snap.
No!
Handoff met right in the backfield. Wow. Number 12, Eric Weinstock taking the handoff there.
No, I thought.
Actually, that may be Gabriel Valverde. I have Weinstock down here, number 12. Doesn't look like him, though. And I know it's not Vic Fiore, so. Number 12. But it's a varsity jersey. It's not a freshman jersey. Well, they keep changing jerseys. So now Marston takes the snap on fourth down, rolls out, fires down the field, incomplete. The intended receiver, number 35, and he was out of the way of the area, and I think that's it. They blow the whistle for the end of the game. The Brunswick Bruins defeat. No. Well, they're meeting at midfield, and they're in a huddle, and the Pope John defense is coming out, so they still have time on the clock? I guess so. I thought that was it, but again, with no scoreboard, it's tough to tell. Yeah, the referee's still saying that there's time on the clock. Well, when you're in Connecticut, they play to the last second, don't they?
Well, that's the problem. Exactly.
Well, you can see the weather's about to change soon. Next few weeks, the leaves are starting to turn gold up here in Connecticut. Southern New England, and I'll tell you, if you've never been to New England in the fall, definitely somewhere to come to. Wow. The fall up here in Connecticut and Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Southern New England, even Northern New England. Incredible fall and fall foliage. Met in the backfield. Emilio Barranco leading the way with that tackle. Great tackle by the Pope John defense. Barranco along with Adrian Savitsky stopping the running back at line of scrimmage. Good tackle by Barranco. 2nd and 12. They actually dropped the running back for a loss. Quarterback in the shotgun, number 18 for Brunswick. Takes a snap, drops back to pass. Lebrano chasing him, fires downfield. He has a man. Number 84 with the catch. A 36-yard touchdown reception. And that will make the score 35-6. Brunswick with the lead. We'll see if they attempt a 1-point conversion with the kick or a 2-point conversion on the ground or a pass. Looks like the place kicker's out there. So in a game that Pope John was in at the half, it got away from them in the second half. Number 57 out to take the kick. Here's a snap, placed down, the kick is up, it's good. Wow, he nailed that. Hits off the back drapery of the building behind the field goal posts. Protects the windows. What if it was higher than that? That other window doesn't have the drapery. So, would think that the football would go right through that. Anyway, score is 36-6. Brunswick leading over Pope John. Brian Cohen back to receive for Pope John.
With the kid with the shorts. Who's that? The pants keep going up.
Here's the kick. Booming kick. Down to Cohen. Brian Cohen will take it. Up the far side. He's got room to run. Met at about the 46. Still on his feet. And is able to get down to the Brunswick 45. What a return. Brian Cohen, a terrific return for Pope John.
They got to worry about
We'll see if the Lions have time enough for a drive here to try and get on the board one last time. From the Brunswick 45-yard line, 1st and 10, Pope John. So that turns out to be about a 50-plus kickoff return for Brian Cohen. Definitely bright spots today. There was some really good plays and moments on defense. The Marston touchdown, that run back from Cohen. Great defensive stops. So building blocks are there. Marston standing at the 50. Cohen over his right shoulder. Marston drops back to pass. Tipped at the line. Intercepted. Whoa, that is not a good building block. Number 86 rumbling to the end zone. A pick 6 and a touchdown for Brunswick. 42-6 Brunswick. On a most unfortunate for Pope John interception. Tipped at the line right into the hands of 84.
He's like lost over there. He's like lost. He's like one of them. He's one of the players. They're like the boys are doing Did he? Was he like?
Here's the kick. It's good. (43-6). 43-6 Brunswick. Ball spotted at the 40. Pope John back to receive. Cohan back to receive along with number 12 for Pope John. Here's the kick. High end over end kick. Right to Cohen. It bounces off his fingertips, goes into the end zone. He's got to get it. Well, they ruled it a touchback. He did pick it up, so. But once Cohen touched that ball, it's a live ball. He's got to recover it, or else Brunswick could jump on it. That'd be a touchdown for Brunswick.
No. Kick.
Well, beautiful skies here in New England and Greenwich, Connecticut, with one tiny little gloomy cloud over the Pope John bench. 43-6, Lions trailing Brunswick here. A lot to learn from, and they will. Started out very promising for Pope John. 6-6 halftime, and unfortunately for the Lions, just got away from him in this third and fourth quarter. Yeah, and that's what happens. It spirals out of control sometimes. Not to be deterred, though. Handoff up the middle. Aiden D'Alivo with the run there. Good run by Aiden. 2nd and 7. Still time on the clock. You know, that's the thing. We thought we were out of time. It was like 22-6.
Yeah.
So now it's 43-6. You know, I almost kind of hope that the referee had blown a whistle for the end of the game then, so it wouldn't look so bad. It's just unfortunate, you know. Kids played hard. And, well, I think that is it, as the teams head off the field. Timeout? Wow. This is a long clock. They measure time differently in New England. Seconds really are seconds, so it's 1 1,000, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 2 1,000? That's right. All right, so Brunswick heading back out to the field. Pope John's still in the huddle. Doesn't get easier for the Lions. Next week, Bergen Catholic.
Last time I checked, I'm right in the chat.
Again, coverage later in the week. Field hockey tomorrow against Morristown, 4 p.m. Boys soccer, 3-0 on the season. Very promising. They take on Morris Knowles at home. Wednesday, 4 p.m. Freshman football against Bergen Catholic on Thursday. Girls volleyball on Friday. Boys soccer on Saturday morning before the varsity football game. Junior Lions on Sunday.
They did look good.
Again, if you go ahead and you watch the first half of our coverage, you're going to like what you see. You may not want to watch this second half, but definitely go back and watch the first. Very, very promising. Run out the middle, about 2-3 yards. And again, in the fourth quarter, it was still close. It was close for a while, and then it's just the last few minutes of this game, Brunswick has just been piling on the points. So it looks worse than it is. And it really is true. It really does look worse than it is.
While you're slowing
Here's Marston. Drops back the pass. Fires for Cohen. Makes the catch. Well, they're going to say he dropped it on the ground. Incomplete. So it was in Cohen's arms. Just was not able to bring it in. That's right. The ground knocked it out. I like that. Ground caused the fumble. I'm going to say that for everything. Pop out in the middle of the air. Ground caused the fumble. Didn't you see it? 4th down and 5 from the 25. Again, you're going to want to check out that halftime special. Me reviewing pizza. D'Olivo bursts over the far hash mark. Not enough for a first. Got down to about the 28. Turnover on downs. Brunswick will get the ball. I think I just heard one of the Brunswick coaches say minute 19 to go. So, 1:19 to go on the clock, I think. So we got to work on. We got to work on getting scoreboards for all these games. So we know the time, we know the score. There's nothing else. There's a bee right near me.
Yeah, we tried. Is he there? He did? You heard it?
Bruins heading out to the line. Not much time to go. Another opportunity for the Brunswick Bruins to get into the end zone, though. So,
Stop playing for each other.
here's a snap, and the quarterback takes a knee. Move. Clock continues to wind down. So, Brunswick back in the huddle. It will be brighter days. And again, Pope John looked very good in the first half. So things to build on. And we'll see what they've learned next Monday when they take on Bergen Catholic at home, 4 p.m. And the quarterback takes another knee. So again, while we have seconds before the end of the game, let's tell you what's on the channel one last time coming week. We've got the field hockey team on Tuesday. Okay, there it is. There's the final whistle. So, final score. The Brunswick Bruins defeat the Pope John Lions 43-6. It was 6-6 at halftime. Brunswick scored, I think, 2 touchdowns in the third quarter and then just added on from there. So, 43-6 your final score. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. at Pope John High School to be the girls' field hockey team taking on Morristown. Please join us on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Wednesday, the boys' soccer team 3-0 as they host Morris Knowles. Thursday, freshman football against Bergen Catholic, 4 p.m. at Pope John High School. Please join us for that. On Friday, girls' volleyball, 4 p.m. from the Murphy Athletic Center at Pope John High School. Then Saturday, we hit the road, Montville Township, 10 a.m. boys' soccer, on the way to the varsity football game at 1 p.m. That game will actually be broadcast on Super Football Conference Network, so please tune into that. Sunday, Junior Lions football, 11 and 13/14U on Sunday morning and afternoon. And then back with the JV on Monday afternoon against Bergen Catholic. So, for everyone here at the Brunswick School in Greenwich, Connecticut, this is Mike Formasano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again. The Brunswick Bruins defeat the Pope John Lions 43-6. Have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow for girls field hockey on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Have a good night.